Hello, this is Christian Okoye, former Kansas City Chiefs. You are listening to Grilling Truth.
Hello, this is Alex Gray, and you're listening to the Weekly Nightmare on the Grilling Truth, where the legends speak. Today we'll be talking about the recent match between the Northern Kentucky Nightmare and the Chicago Blitz, and the upcoming match between the Nightmare and the Western Michigan Ironmen in Muskegon. Here are some stats from the previous game. Antonio Davis was 12 for 28 with 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and he threw for 138 yards, and he was sacked only once. Lamar Taborn had 4 receptions for 45 yards and a touchdown. Mike Brown had 3 receptions for 68 yards and 2 touchdowns. Deshaun Edwards had 1 catch for 25 yards. Defensively, T.J. Harris had 5 tackles, 1 interception, and 3 defensed passes. Ty Scott had 5 tackles with 1 pass defensed. Jamel Peoples had a forced tackle. Antoine Hill had 2 tackles with a forced fumble. And we have a couple guests in here with us today. We got both coaches, and we also have one of them being the owner. We have Kyle Hogan.
How's it going, Alex?
I'm doing fine, sir. And we have Mike Goodpaster in here with us.
How's it going, Kyle? I called you Kyle again, didn't I? That's all
yes,
right. You're still Alex. Go ahead.
New nickname now, isn't it? All righty. So my first question is, what did you like about the previous game in Chicago?
All right, go ahead, Kyle.
I think overall we played better. You know, each game you always want to try to grow and kind of add on to what you did and build on to what you did before. And I think especially offensively, having Antonio Davis back really allowed our offense to kind of build on what we wanted to do the first game. We had the same amount of turnovers we did the first game, but they happened in a different way. They didn't cost us the way they cost us in the first game. So I think, overall, not getting the win is not necessarily what we want. But if you're kind of the person who believes in moral victories, a game like that compared to the one with the week before, for us is kind of a moral victory.
All right, well, I'll go now, Kyle. I don't believe in moral victories. I think that's a bunch of horse crap. But I will tell you this. I think our team, I don't think we necessarily played better. I think we played with different people who cared more, and we got the people out that didn't care more. And we are getting there. We were missing a couple offensive linemen this game. We were missing a couple players on defense. We'll have them back. We'll be fully loaded and ready to go to Western Michigan, Alex.
Sweet. What do you think can be improved for the upcoming game?
Well, I think the big thing, like we said, is the offense. Antonio Davis, very good quarterback. A couple years ago, we brought him in kind of the same situation in Port Huron. He was a little rough at the start of the game. Same thing happened here. I think he just needs to get his timing. I mean, he's an older veteran quarterback who I think is great for the guys that are around him on the offense. I think he's a great guy for Coach Hogan to have, playing quarterback for the offense he's calling. So I think the offensive line play will be improved just by getting a couple starters back. Defensively, I mean, we still need to get more of a pass rush, and I need linebackers that will attack the quarterback. I mean, when we blitz, we've got to be able to get there. We've been to the point now where we don't even try to blitz because it really does us no good. Coverage-wise, again, our defensive backs were excellent. Ty Scott is a great addition to this team. Played Joe linebacker last week. Played a great game, especially for his first indoor game ever. But, Kyle?
I think, like Mike said, I think having Antonio Davis here really means, for me as a coach to be able to lean on somebody that's got the experience that he does, especially in crunch time. And then to have these younger receivers that we're going with this year compared to some of the veterans we've had in the years past, those guys are able to look up to what he's done and kind of build off of that too.
All right. And what can you guys say about the Ironmen? What are your thoughts on them?
Well, the Ironmen, we don't really have much film to go off of with the Ironmen. I think there was a problem downloading film. From what we've seen things that we can take advantage of offensively big time and defensively big time. We'll go into that during next week's show when we're talking about this game. How about that, Alex?
Sounds good to me.
Kyle, you didn't want to give away anything, did you?
I think we're going to run a version of the wing tee indoor, maybe some wishbone, power eye.
Actually, we did that once in Owensboro because we had no quarterback. It actually worked for a half, but the plays are kind of limiting.
Was that the extreme game?
Yeah, the one where we were missing our quarter. We were missing like 7 starters, 3 on offense, 4 on defense, and we came out, and I think we threw the ball like 5 times the entire game. We had to lead 20-19 at halftime, but then we had a couple drop touchdown passes, and yeah. I think Alex was at that game, weren't you, Alex?
Yeah, I was there. I was a season ticket holder for the Extreme at the time.
Well, we won't hold that against you.
It's all good. I didn't know what to do, man. The Commandos were gone, and I was like, what do I do now?
You should have drove to Owensboro, the beautiful next-level facility. You've never seen a finer facility to play indoor football in than that, have you?
Yeah, I got to see a game there just 2 weeks prior to that.
Yeah, with the wood walls, and, I mean, that was a
ceiling.
Joke. Yeah, that was an absolute joke. Yeah,
I don't
actually,
know.
football and if I had to do over again, we'd have probably tried to get Planned Parenthood to sponsor Owensboro Rage because it was a complete abortion anyways from the beginning.
Nice. That's a good one right there. Oh, man.
Write that one down, Kyle, so I don't forget it.
Down. All right. Write that one down. All right. So whether this has changed or not, what are the goals for the rest of the season?
Our goal is to make the playoffs and win a championship. I mean, right now we're set. We go play Western Michigan. This will be the first game where we play where we'll be fully intact. The Chicago game, if they play us again on April the 9th, I can tell you this right now. With a full team, Chicago will not beat us April the 9th. So it's just according to them whether they want to play us or not. So this game is huge for us because if we win this one, that will put us at 2-2, and we get to play River City again, which I guarantee you this, it will be a much tighter game the second time than it was the first time. Then we play Western Michigan again. So I don't see any reason why we can't go 4-2. And 4-2 should put us right at the top of this division of the AIF.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think, Kyle?
I mean, I think that's every team's goal every year is to make the playoffs. And for us, especially, myself and Coach Goodpaster, we don't really do things half-assed. So, when we had the opportunity to do this, we got the best players that we could bring in, short notice to get a game, to get the season going. But then once we started building on it, we went from being an exhibition team to being a full member of the AIF. And from that point on, our goal has been the same. It's playoffs and championship. And I think we have the caliber players to do it.
Okay. And the last question is this is more of a traditional question because I think it's funny how the way Mike answers it. What does the roster look like for this coming weekend?
Hey, Kyle, you want to take it this week?
Yeah, this week it's actually a different colored piece of paper. It has an AIF logo on it.
Whoa!
And it's got 30 guys with some numbers and some heights and weights next to it.
Snazzy.
Well, I think this, Kyle. Since we went ahead and turned in our 30 man, so I'm sure Western Michigan's seen it. We can actually. You want to run down the new faces that we will have on the roster this weekend?
Yeah, we've added a couple guys that I think that'll help us. We had a few people that were subtracted based on whether or not they could, make it or not, and some guys that just, weren't fully committed the way we wanted them to be. So we decided to kind of move in a different direction. But two guys that I'm extremely excited about. We got a bigger physical DB, kind of a DB linebacker type guy. Played with the Lexington Horsemen a couple years ago in the CIFL. We played against him. And I know as an offensive coach, he gave our wide receivers fits with how physical he was. His name is Justin Williams. A lot of people, in different indoor leagues know him, know of him. He played college ball at Eastern Kentucky. Just an overall, just super talented kid. And then the second one we added that I'm excited about as an offensive coach is a wide receiver by the name of Jason Johnson. Played last year with the Amarillo Venom, I believe is the name, down in Texas. He's bigger kid, 6'4", 215 pounds, can really run. He'll he'll be a nice addition. You know, we've got Lamar, you know, as one of our wide receivers at 6'5", and he's about 245 pounds. But other than that, our other receivers are all about the same size. So we were really looking to find another guy that could add to that wide receiving core. And I think, you know, just how excited he is about joining us, you know, really gets me, you know, excited about what he can do for us.
Well, that is really exciting, and I can't wait to see those two hit the field for the Nightmare. Well, that will wrap up this edition of the Weekly Nightmare. Thank you, Mike and Kyle, for coming on today.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
No problem. This is Alex Gray from the Weekly Nightmare, and you're listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak. Let's go play some football.